What's good, bro? It is Wednesday afternoon. I just got done trading. I just had the best trade I've probably ever taken in my entire life. Not from a P&L aspect or a setup aspect, but from a discipline aspect, finding a good setup, playing into it, and believing the trade is going to play out. This was the best trade I've ever taken. Obviously, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys have a great weekend, week, whatever. Thanksgiving Day, obviously, the market's closed, and Friday, it's a half day, so I'm done for the week. Today was my last day. And I got a little notice from home, bro. Low-key, it's been cold in Florida, man. Recently, I've been kind of getting a little sick. I haven't done a formal introduction, but this is my dog, Bella. She's 12 years old, so she's a little... Hi. Does a lot of sleeping. Gotta take her out a lot. Hi, Bella. Hope you guys been enjoying the content lately. We've been getting a lot of new subscribers. Just know, man, I'm grinding every single day. I'm trying to bring you along with me. My motivation, I want to instill that on you. The way I attack the day, the way I, carry myself, I want to put all that into you to make sure you can do the same, because that's the most important part about all this. Regardless of how much money you make and how cool you are, you got to make sure you're spiritually there and make sure everything is set up in your brain, going into this so that the financial side can follow it. Bella! I'm doing a 4-day Black Friday / Cyber Monday sale in my Discord. 25% off my mentorship. I made $18,000 last week, 52 the week prior. All my trades and all the information that I do is inside of there, posted every single day live. A bunch of introduction education, seminars that I do live every single week in there, posted in there, recorded strategy videos, all my strategies posted in there. Trade tests that you can take to just learn how to trade better. Full in-depth trading course from going from beginner, intermediate to expert, literally 0 to max futures trading. Obviously our chat, me and WB's trade alerts, and our journals as well. 25% off with this code BF25. Multiple people that joined last week made over $1,000 in their first week. Imagine what you can do in a month. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I'm so sick right now. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had an amazing time with your family. Got some time away from the charts, time to focus back in. Now, dude, I feel like shit. Grabber, I will not be able to afford medication. The one that I'm about to zoom in on is the greatest trade I think I've ever taken, just from a setup standpoint, outcome during the trade. Everything was to the T. It was probably one of the craziest times I've ever been in a trade. And the whole lesson today and everything I want you to take away from this video, and I'm going to make it as easy as possible to understand, is market structure. This is right before market opens up. Let's just analyze pre-market real quick. So we made this initial floor. We ended up drawing a zone right here, just noticing a lot of buying in, coming in at a specific area, charted it out right here, noticing again, price climbs up off of it, gets rejected off of, comes back down. We buy right up in the previous area. Price continues to move up, climbing, stops right in one of my supply zones, gets sold off. And once this hits, so this is around 8:30, we start to notice trend is now switching to the downside. Now notice this, initial high being made, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, continuously making lower highs. Now, what does that show to us? That shows that there are sellers continuing to come in at lower prices, indicating that they are not very strong and confident that they will be able to get this to go up any higher. This shows weakness to the buy side because there's no opportunities for buyers to keep pushing this up. Every time we get up to a new area, sellers keep taking profit in this area because, again, they believe that buyers are not in control right now. This is going to go to the sell side, trying to break this supply zone. Sells at lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. This is how you establish market structure right here. Forget about fair value gaps, inverse fair value gaps, ICT, silver bullet, SMT, SMD. The structure of the market currently is built like this. We are now projecting to see more lower highs. If there were a scenario where we finally break above this is what you would consider a market structure shift, and then you would be looking for the next area to set up for a potential. In this case, it would be buys. If we broke market structure to the upside after making these lows, it would now flip to the buy side. So this is what I would consider a sell side market structure. Now, market hasn't opened yet. At this point, of course, this is hindsight. I already know what happens. You guys saw giant sell-off on Wednesday, came in right at market opened up. So now what does this say to us? Okay, well, we're pretty much guaranteed to make a lower high. Let's see what price does. And you guys see I took a couple trades in this area. I took one loss, one win. So this is now considered our lower high. So what you need to see for an actual area, because you'd be like, oh my gosh, each of these are new highs. You need to see a push up and a sell off to now be considered a high. You see every single time, made our initial high, buy up, sell off, buy up, sell off, buy up, sell off, buy up, sell off. This would be now our new high. And now guess what? Price just never made a new higher low, new lower high, new lower high, new lower high, until finally, I want you guys to recognize this. We eventually, there you go. Trend just got broken right here. This was our previous lower high. Trend finally broke that to the upside. Now let's see what happens with price. This signifies to us now it is a market structure shift. We are seeing a break of the sell side market structure. Now we are looking for buys. And you guys can see price continues to climb up like crazy. You guys see that all that I played was shorts because I believed, again, we were already so bearish overall. In the addition of that pre-market downtrend being signified, and then obviously the breakthrough we had at open, I was looking for shorts all day. Again, if you don't know this already,
every time there's a clear trend, you should always play with the trend no matter what. You know, when you see a candle like this come at and at open, you probably should be looking for shorts. Price found somewhat of a floor, bought back up. I noticed at a point where we came up, sold off this previous high right here, came back down, closed below the EMA. I went in for shorts, then I still stopped this wick at this close. Got stopped out of it. You guys can see I pretty much got the top, unfortunately. But after that, I noticed that we did confirm our next higher low for the actual continuation of this downtrend. Hopped in shorts after a nice candle close. SL at the top of this wick. Understand, because now this is confirmed that this is our next lower high for this downtrend we've been talking about all morning. You know, this was our previous lower high. Now this has confirmed our next lower high if I believe that market structure is going to hold on. So breaking this would signify a shift in market structure. And this is what it comes down to. Do you think the higher chances, of course, this could break market structure and trend could flip? But if you're looking at a wheel of a projection of gonna break market structure and going to continue to stay within market structure. Staying within market structure is the side that's, it's not 50-50, it's more 60-40, I would say. You have a higher chance of playing and seeing a continuation of market structure than trying to catch the flip of market structure. Basically, if it's been doing this all day, why would it not do it again? So there's two things that I'm doing right to make sure that I'm seeing success right now. Playing with the trend, which is to the short side, and my SL is at the previous lower high, verifying that if we break this to the upside, that is a change in market structure and then shorts will be invalidated. If I get sold out of this play, there is no longer a chance where this could come down in my eyes, because if we flip market structure, I would now be looking for buys. And you guys see price came all the way back down, caught about 25 points. And that put me back at almost break even on the day from this loss earlier. Then coming into this next play, this is where it gets good. Price sells off. We see buying back, finally. Selling off of that. Now this leads to our next lower high right here. Because again, our previous one was at this high right here. It was right in here. Sells off, buys back. Again, for a confirmation of a new lower high, you need to see sell off, buy back, selling off below the previous high. So now we mark this out as our previous high, sell off again. We mark this out as our next lower high. Once I noticed right here, after we had this buyback, this nice buyback, I noticed again, trend is already bearish. So we want to look for shorts. We want to look for pullbacks like this. I noticed 3 candles in a row, buy up, sell off, buy up, sell off, buy up. This time, because these 2 candles show me no confirmation, this time we close red after being green, closing underneath the EMA with barely any bottom wick at all. That shows me that sellers are extremely dominant in the area, proving even more that there was already 2 chances where buyers could have pushed this back up, but sellers held it twice in a row, all while staying underneath this previous lower high. At this point, I noticed, again, to confirm a lower high, you need to see sell off, buy back, sell off. I confirmed to myself in my own conscious that this was now our next lower high. After making this one right here, at this candle close, hopped in with an SL at this new lower high. And you guys can see how much price fought. We almost got stopped out. There was some people inside my Discord that took this trade with me that got stopped out because they didn't mark it to the wick. They just marked it, I think, to the price itself. They ended up getting stopped out of that. That's why it's so important you trade off of price levels, not just price itself. The number one thing you want to see when you are in a play is your SL, knowing that there are sellers, in this case, above me. If I'm getting into a short side play, I want to make sure that my SL is an area where I'm expecting to see short sellers coming in. Because remember, this is now our next lower high. If we break this to the upside, this could signify a change in trend of the market structure, potentially giving an opportunity for buyers to sweep this back up. So knowing that if people want to retain this trend, they will make sure that this continues to sell off. And that's exactly what happened. It got very close. Buyers held this up for about 5 minutes after getting into this trade. And then you guys see and it was just such a rewarding trade to be in. It felt so good being able to sit there for 5 minutes in such a 12-point SL. 5 minutes, NQ was just chopping in at 12-point range. Just sitting there battling nonstop. I felt so rewarded after fighting through that and catching 30 points. I've made way more money on trades. I made way more money on less stressful trades, but this trade itself made me feel so much more confident about how I trade, how I approach every single day. Key takeaways I want you to have from this day. Make sure to trade off of price levels. Again, there's a reason why I have a 12.25 SL on this trade. Make sure that you are not just trading off of just random prices, all 10-point SL, 15-point SL. Make sure you are trading off of actual candlestick wicks, because again, you want your SL to be an area where you believe is the last potential area for the trend to remain the same. In this case, if we broke above this wick, which was our previous lower high, which would have broke market structure to the upside if it were to break, at that point, sells are pretty much out of the picture, you know? So that's where I wanted to be stopped out at the very last point, giving myself no opportunity or no potential for this to, you know, liquidity swept on me and it comes right back down and I'm fucking pissed off because I missed the trade. I want to make sure that my SL is at a point where a trend will change if it is inherently broken. Also, making sure you play with the trend of the day, knowing that this obviously came in bearish off open. It was a very easy day to play with the trend. It's going to reward you more than anything if you just decide to play with the trend over and over again. Always play with the side that's currently printing. Again, we are in a game where people control the money. We do not control anything. So playing with the side that's already being printed out is always the side to play on. And lastly, if you ever find yourself an opportunity to trade with higher lows or lower highs, I highly recommend you do so. In this scenario, again, lower highs is when an initial high gets made, sells off, new high gets bought up, sold off again, bought up, sold off again, bought up, sold up again, bought up, sold up again, all the way down continuously. In a buying scenario, you'll see an initial low get made, buying up off of it, price coming back down, buying up off a higher low, buying up off a higher low, selling off, buying up on a higher low. All this does is signify the correct side of the market, the stronger side of the day. If we're seeing sells come in at higher lows or lower highs, you obviously think, and it's easy to believe, that sellers are in control right now. Pretty much flip it. Again, if buyers are buying up at higher lows, they believe price is going to continue up. If sellers are selling at lower highs, they believe price is going to go down. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate this. This video is really important, and this was one of the best recaps I've ever done, so I really appreciate you guys watching this. I was telling my boy the other day that I live by myself now. I don't go out a lot, so I've just been in my room all year, and I've haven't gotten sick because I don't interact with people. And of course, right as I say that, I finally get sick. But got a good weekend coming up. Hope you guys have a great time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment, tell me you love me. I'll always respond to as many comments as possibly can. See you guys soon.